All right, looks like we're live. It's 12 o'clock on Friday, September 2nd, 2022. Oh my gosh, it's already September. We got 13 more days, and my mama turns 89 years old, and she's healthy as a healthy person. Okay. So that's pretty awesome that I got some good DNA running through me. And I'll tell you what, man, we talk about how I don't need a lot of sleep and I sleep maybe 4 to 5 hours max every day. My mom does the same thing. So I inherited it from her, and she really has nothing to do at all. Right. She's retired for a long, long time now, but I'm excited that she's going to be 89 years old here pretty soon. And we'll have a birthday party for her. But next year, man, the big 90. Right on. Okay. So today we're talking about getting video testimonies. And then I have one other thing I want to show you all in here. So let's talk about the importance of testimonies. Number one, any of you that own a business, you realize that like a Google testimony, Yelp testimony, wherever you're at, Facebook testimony, getting them in all these different places, somebody saying something nice about your company or about a job that you did and how you outperformed anything they could have ever imagined in their mind, right? As you did this job for them. It doesn't matter what the job is. It could be a carpet cleaning job. You could be a plumber. You could be an HVAC person. In fact, we had an HVAC person at our house yesterday. And, because when they installed the HVAC system, I guess a year and a half ago, something happened to the pan and it fell. And so all the water from the air conditioning where it drains was coming out into the concrete in the storage room. Thank God it wasn't a carpeted area, right? So they came out, it's under warranty, and they fixed it, and now it's draining. But, I'm going to definitely give him a great review because the guy was very personable, and that's how we need to be with our clients. He was very personable. And if he would have asked me to give him a video testimony, I absolutely would have done it. But now, those of you that know, I don't have a problem being on camera. I'm cool with it. I don't, I am what I am, and this is what God made me. And if somebody doesn't like it, they don't have to watch, right? But none of us should be afraid to be on camera. Why would you be afraid? I mean, it makes no sense at all. I mean, we're all human. We all make mistakes. And so that's why I do these live videos, right? Like these aren't, I would love to do videos and then edit them and take the stuff out I don't want in there. Those are easy. That's the easy way out. And quite frankly, if you really don't know what you're talking about, you're going to do those types of videos because you can take out questions that you may not know. Now, of course, I don't know everything, and I'm going to say it when I don't know it, but I can get the answer for almost anything to do with our industry, right? That we work in, our cleaning industry, restoration industry. I can do that. So I would have given him that video if he asked, but he was extremely friendly. I found out that he was on the USS Nimitz. He was in the Navy, right? I was in the Navy. And so we had something in common, and he was just extremely friendly. And so it's always pleasant when someone comes in and they're friendly to you. So if you own a business, I probably don't even need to tell you this. And if I do, you need to work at McDonald's. Not Chick-fil-A, because Chick-fil-A has good employees that are friendly and outgoing. So if you're not outgoing to your customers, to your own clients, how do you think they're perceiving that? Are they looking at you like, oh, you're awesome? Or are they looking at it, like, well, this guy is very dry. And, are they going to have you back next time when they need that carpet cleaned? Or they have an odor problem or, an emergency or something like that, no matter what your trade is, right? It's important that we go in there like that. We have one of our newest clients is in Houston, Texas. His name's Cody Ransom, and he owns Glow Green Cleaning, a carpet cleaning company. Him and his wife, and I think they have 4 kids, moved from Utah to Houston. And so he's brand new there, right? He just started. We're advertising for him to get him working. It's going really, really well there. He's getting a lot of work, and we've kind of nailed it down to a lot of cigarette smoke jobs now. So he's doing really well. And so I was talking to him about, getting his own video testimonies. Those of you that have seen our websites understand that Every one of our websites that you're using for odor control have my testimonies on them from 7 years ago, and we're still using those. I did edit them somewhat to take my name out, like Ameridry. I left Joe in because everybody has a Joe in their company, probably, right? Joe is pretty common. So I left that part in, but I took out Ameridry, the company that I sold. So anyway, we're using it. So what does he do? He's one of the newest ones in there. He goes out and gets his own testimonies. So let me share my screen. Let me go down here to share. Oh, hold it. I want to do this. Grab that one, share screen, and I'm going to show you his, right? So here's this. I think this is screen one, right? Bam, share. It's going to do that, and then I'm going to go here. Now you're looking at the website that we built, right? So, of course, this is an odor removal website, smoke odor, pet odor, cat urine, dog, skunk, cooking, all this, right? Allergies, and plus news is a blog page. So those of you that have seen this have scrolled down. If you go through the website that we built, for all of you doing Google advertising with us, and we can build you, if you need a custom website, we can build you a custom website for yourself. These are not sold like this. These are used for our advertising because they convert really well. And at 7 years of testing, we got that down. But I want to show you this for a reason. Now, here's his testimonies. He got one guy that did a musty odor testimony. We got a skunk odor testimony, a cigarette smoke odor testimony, and a cigar. And if I was to play one of these, see how he has his intro right there? That's pretty cool. So I guess, oh, it's not going to let me hear it while we're on the screen. Okay, that's cool. Anyway, when I'm not on this meeting, I can hear this, right? So here's this video, right? And so he did these videos, all 4 videos, replace my videos. He's only been doing this for a few months. Most of you that are advertising that have our websites have my video on it. And so this is really cool that he did it. Now, what he did wrong was this. Oh, you can hear it. My volume was off. I'm wondering if you were able to hear me. Oh, wow. Okay. So anyway, I had my volume off on my speaker, so I couldn't hear it. So he got 4 testimonies. And so we're not going to watch the whole thing, but he got 4 of them. And I want to stop sharing for a minute because I want to talk about something pretty important here. Let me go back to StreamYard. Okay, so here's what he did. He went to the client, and I'm going to get into how you should approach your clients here in a second. He went to the client, and he asked for these testimonies. And when's the best time to ask for a testimony? And somebody raise your hand. Nobody? Okay. Oh, well, bad class. So he asked for it at the very end of the job when they said, oh my gosh, what a beautiful job. And when he got rid of the odor. And Cody's the one that figured out he's got to use our system in 375 square foot per system setup per bucket, as opposed to the 500 square feet that most of us do. And it could be because of the humidity down in Houston, whatever it is. He found the sweet spot that gets rid of the odors 100% every time now, right? He was having a few callbacks, and it changed it for him. Now his clients are extremely happy, right? And so he just asked for the testimony. But what he did is a little unorthodox, and I wouldn't do it this way, and he's not going to do it this way in the future. I want you to think about something. When you're getting a testimony, a written testimony, a video testimony especially, you don't want it to be perfect. Everybody worries about, oh man, they made a mistake. And because if it's perfect, it sounds like you hired an actor to do that testimony for you. They didn't make any mistakes. People make mistakes. I make mistakes every day, all day long. We all make mistakes, right? We try to learn from them. But even when I'm doing a video, there's no script. I have no script. I just talk. And so something can come out of my mouth that might be a little scary. And of course, I pray before I do these. Please God, don't let me say anything scary. I don't want to scare everybody off. But normal people do not read scripts. They're not actors, right? So you don't want your testimonies to look scripted. And so you just want them to talk. So here's what Cody did. Now, listen, I'm not putting Cody down. He's the only one that's gone out and done his own, got 4 of these to replace mine. Only one. He's only been with us 2 months. This guy's going places. He's already building his business. He's already doing great, right? With our help with advertising and his own type of marketing going to real estate agents and all the stuff you should be doing in your business anyway. He got these testimonies. But he would ask a question and they would answer that. And then he would ask another one. They would answer that. And then he had like 20 takes on this video, on this testimony. And now he had to hire somebody to put these together. Okay. So these 20 things need to go together without his question and look like you're not skipping a beat. That is so hard to do. It's unnecessary. Kudos to Cody for even having the patience to do that and to pay somebody. By the way, we do video editing also. I have a software called Camtasia that I use for almost all my videos that I produce and edit. Okay, but so this is how I did it when I did my own testimonies. I basically talked to Mrs. Jones. Mrs. Jones. So right away they just told me what a beautiful job. We're so excited. I love this, right? And I can't believe you did this great of a job. I asked for a testimony right then. And like, I definitely want to get a Google testimony. I want them to go on to Google and I'll send them a link to my Google, my business page, so they can leave me a testimony, right? When I own my business there. And I do it now with this business. Anyway, I would send them a link. They can leave a written review because you definitely want Google's reviews on there because you want to show those. But I also asked for a video testimony, and how I approach it is like this. I just say, look, Mrs. Jones, you loved what we did. You know, there's a lot of, really bad contractors out there. And believe me, most of the jobs that I've done and that Cody's done and stuff like this, most people, when they're bringing in like a restoration company, not necessarily a restoration, because if their house floods, they're calling the first person on that list, or a fire or something, but carpet cleaning, mold removal, the kind of things that you can wait and get some bids, right? They have other bids a lot of times that are much higher than what I was. So I want them to mention that. I never want them to mention the name of the higher bid of the person, because I don't want to throw anybody under the bus. They just need to talk about yours was the lowest. It was in my, believe me, my bids aren't low. It's not like I'm starving, but I'm not raping people, right? I'm highly against that. Look what our country's like right now with prices of gas. And I was reading a post from my cousin Joey yesterday about Medicare, and they're going to start being able to negotiate prices and how expensive it is. Just for medication in America, it's crazy. My friend who has cancer, this one doctor for cancer treatment, not only after insurance wanted an extra $12,000 a month. Who the hell has that kind of money? This is crazy. We need to change this stuff. But anyway, how did I get off of that onto that? Anyway, so the way that I do it, I ask them to help their neighbors and friends not make the same mistake she almost made by hiring these other companies and getting bad work. And a lot of times they have other companies before they hire us, and they've done a terrible job, right? And now they got us. I would ask them for the testimony. I would deduct, depending on the total of the invoice. Okay, I'm just going to give you a number. Let's say the invoice is $250. Well, if I give you $25 off right now, Mrs. Jones, will you give me a 1-minute video testimony? Now, I understand 99% of the people out there are scared to death of the camera. They're scared to death of it. So you have to kind of let them know that, look, you don't need to put a bunch of makeup on, because then it looks like I hired some movie star and it's fake. You just need to be you, because without that, they're not going to believe you. So if you do a 1-minute video and I give you $25 off, so 25 times 60, that's $1,500 an hour that I'm saying you're worth. Your time is worth $1,500 an hour. So when you put it that way, right? They go, oh, wow, okay, I can probably do something. What do you want me to say? What should I say? Well, then I talk to them a little bit. You just told me, Mrs. Jones, that, you know, you had this cat urine in here and you've had 3 other companies out here and no one was able to get rid of it. They sprayed something on the carpet. It smelled good for 2 days and then it came back. Then you saw that we were extracting all this urine out of the carpet and pad and we were doing all this stuff. And we put like 2 hours into these few spots when they put like 5 minutes into these few spots. So already you see there's a big difference in how we do things the proper way. And they don't, right? So talk a little bit about your experience, how happy are you found us and what a great job we did. And if somebody did give you a higher bid, talk about my bid was in the middle. It was perfect and like that. Now, you don't have to script them. Let them just talk now. Let them talk after you coach them a little bit. Don't have them lie about what you did. Most people don't know what to say. They're like, they're afraid that they're about to be on camera, number one, and then they're afraid a little bit, right? So you give them the idea of what, because basically what you're telling them is to say what you just said to me. That's it. That's what we're doing. If they forget something, because this is why Cody was doing this, because he wanted to make sure he got all the elements in there. If they forget something, at the very end, you can talk then, and you can say, Mrs. Jones, thank you so much for that wonderful, wonderful testimony. It just warms my heart. But remember you said blank, 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 blah, 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 right? Remember you said blah, blah, blah. Is that true? And they'll say, yes, that is true. They, whatever it is, right? Like, so you want to make sure you get sometimes you'll get it on their first take, right? Other times you have to ask at the end to pull one more thing out that's important for our listeners to hear. The people that go to your website, they need to hear stuff that you actually did that will make a difference in them not hiring a crooked contractor. Case in point, roofing. One of the most corrupt businesses out there, not in the way that you think I'm saying it. There's a lot of corruption in roofs. We get a big storm, hailstorm, 10,000 roofs damaged. People come in from all over the country to try to do this, these roofers. And a lot of times there'll be these contractors that come in, get your deposit half down, and you never see them again, right? So there's a lot of bad rap about that. So if you get a good roofer that's local, that's something to talk about, right? Anyway, so I talked to Cody about do your videos this way. Now you're not spending all this money to have them, produce. There's no reason for it. These are testimonies. They should have mistakes in them. Okay. So everybody with me, right? So it really is that simple. Listen, our pricing is extremely fair. The way I teach you all, the way to price our clients, right? It's fair. It's not the highest. It's not the lowest. You're able to pay your workers' comp. You're able to pay your employees, pay for your equipment, upkeep, and all that. There's a lot that goes into this. Yeah, So Tell Us is a really good review system. I like that. Okay, that is a good one. So Tell Us. Anyway, you want your own videos also, right? So get your own videos, put them on your website, use them on your blog, use them in Facebook, put them in LinkedIn. Do you see where I'm going with this? One video can be repurposed everywhere across social media. Now people are starting to hear about you. Get the software I talked about that's called Descript. It will write everything you're saying. Clean it up a little bit because talking is not the same as English. Because, I might say, because is there a word cuz? That's my cousin. But I say, instead of saying because, I said cuz just now, right? So anyway, we talk different than we write a lot of times, unless we're scholars and, or we're Shakespeare, we might be able to talk like we write. Who knows, right? Okay, now, something else that he's doing. I want to share this now. Let me go back to share my screen. Share screen. Okay. I've been talking to Cody about this. And those of you that know me from 7 years ago when we first started doing all this training, right, know this is how I actually did my guarantee. I did it just like this. Okay. So Glow Green Cleaning is Cody's business. All right. And so he called me one day and he said, "Hey, I want to do the same thing you were doing with that $250 cash back if we don't get rid of the odor." Now listen, keep up with me for a second. Now, the reason it says watch video to learn more, this is a thumbnail. He's doing a video for me because he wants to explain his like a 30-second video, right? 45-second video, explain why he's doing this. And you can read this. If we can't remove the indoor odor, you don't pay us a cent. They shouldn't pay you if you don't get rid of the odor. Damn, right? Like, I don't want to pay somebody. I'm bummed out. My house smells like pee and it smells the same when you left, and you're giving me a bill for $1,000. I'm telling you to kiss my ass at that point. Okay. So you're not getting any money from me. Anyway, so why not up front have that? If you're a really good service company and you stand behind your work, it should be this way. Now, a lot of us go out and we'll redo it until we get rid of the odor. That's great. That's fine. That works also, right? It's very important that we don't screw people over, because the public is very skittish with contractors these days. There's a lot of people that have come out of the woodwork all of a sudden since COVID, right? They're trying to figure out how to make money, don't have a clue what they're doing, and they're trying to do this work and get paid for it. Okay. All right. If we can't remove the indoor odor, you don't pay a cent. Plus, we will give you $250 in cash for wasting your time. This is our no joke guarantee. Now, I had this in cursive, but what Cody told me, and it's probably true, he goes, nobody reads cursive anymore, and they don't even know how to write it. So can we just put it in regular print like this? So I did, right? I thought the cursive was cool only because it's like he wrote a letter to his clients, his potential clients. Every company should have a guarantee, like Odor Pros of Glow. If they believe in their service, no client should pay for an odor removal service that is not 100% gone. Period. Cody Ransom, owner. Now, let's say every job you didn't work and you had to give everybody $250. I would go to McDonald's and get an application and get a job there, because you really don't know what you're doing if you can't get rid of the odors. Okay. Now, in order to have a guarantee like this, you got to be street smart. You got to be able to read the client, because there are clients that's all they're thinking about. They didn't want to hire anybody anyway, but they just found a way to get $250. Well, if you can read people and you understand people, right, you're going to know in advance if you even want to do the job. So just use your intuition, your gut instinct, right? Use that. I already figured out if I did 10 jobs and 3 of them wanted that money, I'm still ahead. I'm still going to make a profit. Not as much. I didn't get paid for these, but I got paid for the other ones where I did a great job, and I got all these videos that I'm starting to get from my testimonies, right? Extremely important. And I'm telling the people this, because when we do our odor work, this is for odor, most of our clients have to spend the night in a hotel, because it's sort of like a 24-hour treatment that we do, because we're getting rid of odors from a long time, especially if somebody smoked for years and years. You're not going to get rid of that in an hour. It's going to take much longer than that, right? So we do it. We might go into your home, to a home like 9 in the morning, and come back at 8 the next morning. So there's 23 hours right there, right? All my dogs are barking now. That's great. All right. Somebody's knocking on the door right in the middle of this. I'm sorry if you're listening to that, if you can hear it, and I can't stop it because I'd have to leave and tell my dogs to cool down. All right. Thank you. My wife closed the door. Thanks. Anyway, $250 cash. Okay. And the reason I was doing it is they got to get a hotel. So it's mom and dad and 2 kids. All right. Go to Wolf Lodge. Like, we have a Wolf Lodge it's in Colorado Springs, right? And there's one in Denver, I think. And it's got all those indoor slides with swimming pools and all that. Go have a mini vacation with your family. If we get rid of this odor completely, you're going to be so thrilled. You're so excited. That's why you hired us. If we don't, I just paid for your mini vacation. And not only did I just pay for your mini vacation, but if the odor is still there slightly, and there's reasons why odors might still remain, and you can do it a couple of times to try to get rid of it, but 99% of the time, we are 100% successful. All right, so this isn't like you're going to lose thousands of dollars of cash. And so you have this right here. So you have the $250 cash, right? So now you're paying for the vacation if you don't get rid of it. But if we don't get rid of the odor, chlorine dioxide in itself sanitizes, kills bacteria, kills molds. It does it denatures allergens. So it does so much more than just get rid of odors. And if you tell your clients this when you're getting the job, if you tell them about all the benefits of chlorine dioxide, they're going to be extremely excited. There's not a person out there that 99% of the companies are not doing what we're doing. Maybe even more than that, 99.5%, right? Or more, right? We might be 1/10 of 1% of the whole US and Canada where we're working, Australia, those kind of places, right? We might be like 1/10 of 1%. So of people actually using our system that works. So there's no one doing it. You know you're good at it. If you don't get rid of the odor, you should pay for their hotel, right? So this is not like you're losing anything. You're just an honest business person. That's all this is, right? Now, if you're scared to death right now and you're listening to this, this is not for you if you're scared to death. But if you're like, man, I'm gonna do this, man. I'm trying to think of something good, right? Like I said, even I can make mistakes because it's live, right? I was going to say something, but I think my wife would kill me, so I probably won't say that. But if you believe in what you do and you do great work, there's nothing wrong with a guarantee like this. The only downside to a guarantee like this is people don't believe it, right? Because it's so far-fetched. It's unbelievable. I don't believe it. That's why he's doing a little video. That's why I wrote no joke in caps, and I'll probably change the color or something, but this is no joke. And then where this is, right below this, I'll probably have like a little arrow saying what I might have something here with an arrow pointing down saying watch our testimonies. And then below this on the website will be all the testimonies, right? So now, okay, this guy's for real, right? I'm hiring this company. So you just sold them without even having to talk to them before they even call you from the way you market, okay? I think it's extremely important to do something like this. I'm so proud of Cody and his wife. They're brand new in Houston, and here they are already getting these awesome reviews, and the rest of you have gotten none. And I feel for you. You know why? It breaks my heart because I know how important videos are. We talked the other day about Truman's videos. He started doing hardwoods like a year ago. Now he's the #1 guy in America. People are paying him to learn something from a guy that's only been doing it for a year because he does a video a day. He videotapes his clients. Now here's a little tidbit. Here's a little trick. And I just got this from Greg Johnson. He called me. All of you know Greg, one of our members. He's probably one of the hardest working members we have. Greg calls me like at 4 a.m. a lot of times because he knows I'm up, right? And we chit chat. So for him, it's 3 a.m. because he's an hour earlier in Seattle. Anyway, Truman does these videos about the floor he's going to do, okay? And he's showing the floor, showing the scratches, and then Mrs. Jones is so excited that she hired us. Mrs. Jones, what do you think about us being here? Oh, I'm so excited. But he's not showing their face. He's just kind of showing their legs and that they're there and they're really talking because a lot of people are afraid to get on camera. Don't disregard the fact that you can do videos like that, video testimonies. They don't have to be on screen. It could be it could be a voiceover. They could just talk, right? If they're afraid, and then you can just take a picture of them with their makeup on or whatever, or, however. So I'm just saying that you can get videos from everybody, and maybe the ones where their face isn't on there, you give them $15 off, right? With the face, $25. Now, if it's a $2,000 job, I'm giving them $100 off their bill. I might even do 10%, $200, right? So I might even do $200. Oh, good. One more minute. I'm getting all these calls. Wow. So thank you all for being here so much. Once again, let's look at his video testimonies, and they don't have to be great. Watch.
My name is Kathleen Dickerson. My problem was one night a skunk walked into my house and down my hallway. I was worried about a lot of things, but I thought I would never get the odor out of the house. My experience with
So there you go. So he talks about Cody. So you can see where the video kind of changed because he's asking questions and they're trying to splice it together. You can just get a really good video, and anything that they miss, like I said, at the end, just ask them. And it's simple as that. All right, it's been 30 minutes. Thank you all for being here. See you Monday, and we'll chit chat again. Okay. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. It's Labor Day. If you're lazy and you don't work, you're not off. You're filling in for the people that work. So if you're lazy and you don't work because you don't want to, this is the weekend that you get a chance to prove yourself. Fill in for all the people that are working their asses off so they can relax this weekend. I don't want to catch you out there barbecuing or relaxing if you don't work, because it's called Labor Day, not Lazy Day. Lazy Day is next weekend. Okay? All right. Have a great day. Bye.